graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome on into another edition of Play-by-Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic night. We got Phillies taking on the Nationals as the Phillies are looking to extend their winning streak to 5 games in a row and bring out the brooms out at the bank against the Nats. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a very fantastic night. We have first pitch in just about 7 minutes or so. It'll be at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, I want to make sure that I say hello to everybody in the chat. We'll get into pitching matchups. We'll also talk about the lineups and some news that came out today about some Phillies news. And we'll talk about Ranger Suarez, Brandon Marsh, and all that jazz. But first and foremost, hello. Hi, everybody. Who is on here? We got Leonard. What's going on, Leonard? What's up, David? What's up, Seema Fox? Yeah, man. Vigilant Tracker says, let's get going and sweep these guys. Let's go. I'm fired up. I'm all ready to go. I'm ready. PJ says, the brooms. He brings out the broom emotes. Ooh. Those broom emotes are awesome. PJ says, hi. Hi, PJ. What's up, dude? Thanks so much for stopping by. Love it when y'all are on here, and love it when everybody is active in chat. After the game, as always, if you guys want to come on and voice your opinions, you're more than welcome to come on to the Postgame show. We have the phone number is 610-314-0844. We like to open up the phone lines for you guys to come on and talk. And just sort of dissect what goes on in each and every game. We also have a Discord server, and you can come on there as well if you're not comfortable coming on the phone. All right, so let's get down to business. Let's talk about these pitching matchups tonight. So Taijuan Walker is going to be pitching for the Phillies, and he'll be going up against Brad Lord. Now, Walker, Taijuan has had he's had a pretty good season for his standards. Last year wasn't really the case. He's definitely been better, and he has shown more improvement this year overall. Now, granted, in his last outing, he went 3 innings. He did give up 2 earned runs. He had a couple of walks allowed, 6 hits. The pitch count was at 86, and personally, I thought the Phillies should have left him in there a couple of more innings because, again, you're taxing your bullpen. Same thing with the outing before that against the Miami Marlins, where he just gave up 1 earned run in 4 innings, and he only gave up a hit. He only had 56 pitches, and that was the game where I thought that he should have went a little bit deeper because your bullpen, again, just has shown you time and time again that they have been very inconsistent. So the numbers don't really speak to everything over these last 2 outings that Walker has done, but he's been more than efficient, and he's actually been, I'd say, a 5-starter. He has. He has sort of gotten into that groove. He's only had 1 really bad outing, and that's how I feel like he's doing. I think that he's been fine. I don't think he's been a problem at all as your 5-starter this year, and I'm actually quite surprised about that because I've been saying for a little bit of time that I wanted them off this team. I was actually one of the last people to say that, but a lot of people were jumping on that bandwagon, and I was one of the last to sort of say, I'm done. But he's actually been pretty good. I'm hoping tonight that he can give you 6 good innings. If he gives up like 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 hits, then that's a good day. I think that that's a nice Taijuan Walker type of a day. Again, you're going up against the Nationals. I know that JT is not starting in the lineup tonight for the Phillies. We'll talk a little bit about that too when it comes to Rafael Marchand, who's going to be catching. But I like Walker out there tonight, and hopefully he gives you a very good outing. The Phillies on the other side of the mound are going to be facing Brad Lord, and we'll discuss him. He has a 4.67 earned run average, 21 hits allowed, 13 strikeouts. Look, he's young. He's only 25 years old. The one thing about him is that he doesn't give up a lot of home runs. The only home run that he gave up was actually last week. But he has some... He's more like a ground ball type of a pitcher. You know, he's not really... He'll get you he'll get you flyouts. He's not a guy that's gonna just dominate the strike zone and get you to swing and miss at a lot of things. You know, he's more of a pitch to contact type of a guy, I would say. And I just want to see the Phillies continue to do what they've been able to do over these first 2 games against the Nationals when it comes to the starting pitchers that they faced. I thought that they did a pretty good job off of Jake Irvin yesterday. I thought that they actually put him in a lot of trouble, and they made him work. And so if they can sort of continue to pick up where they left off yesterday, feel pretty good about getting a sweep and extending that winning streak to 5 games in a row. So, Lord, 4.67 ERA, 13 strikeouts this year, and a 1.73 whip as well. He is a right-handed pitcher, so Bryson Stott is batting in the leadoff spot against him. What are your final score predictions? Please let me know down below. Max says, I need y'all to win and hit the over. Over-under for tonight's game. What is that, 7.5? I'm just guessing off the top of my head. Trying to find it. It's at 9.5. Ooh, 9.5. Money line is at minus 180 today for the Phillies. For the Nationals, it's at plus 150. But yeah, so Phillies do lead the regular season series against the Nationals 4-1. It's 70 degrees. Winds are blowing southeast at 10 miles per hour. 44% humidity outside. Sun is sort of still there. It's just peeking out a little bit behind the clouds. And yeah, I'm ready to get started with some baseball, folks. I am. I'm excited about this game. And I think if the Phillies get a sweep today, then we can start to have conversations on how we feel on more of an optimistic standpoint. But this team still has some work to do. But putting together 5 wins in a row would look pretty nice. It would just be nice. All right, so here we go. We're going to start things off. Phillies are in their powder blue uniforms. Look at that. Taijuan Walker's pitching. No have to face C.J. Abrams, James Wood, Nathaniel Lowe, Kybert Ruiz, Luis Garcia Jr. is over at second base. Josh Bell batting 6th. Dylan Cruz hitting 7th. Jose Tena is 8th. And 9th will be Jacob Young. So Walker, who has a cutter, a splitter, a sinker, a slider, a four-seamer, and a curveball. Tell you, the splitter has been a lot more effective this year. Guys are slugging just 364 against that splitter. Last year was a lot higher, and I think that he's been commanding his pitches better. And again, if he can give you 5 to 6 good innings today and only give up 2 earned runs, I think that that's what you call a successful day for Taijuan Walker. Made it for first pitch. Time to beat up on a dumpster fire team. Let's go. Let's go. The pitch. And it's high for a ball. All right. So again, Abrams, Wood, Lowe, Ruiz, Garcia Jr., Bell, Cruz, Tena, and Young in the lineup. 1-0 pitch. And it's fouled back right behind home plate. Again, it's 73 degrees. 43% humidity. A little bit of some sunshine, not too much. Mostly clouds. 1-1 pitch. That is ripped foul over towards the first base side. On the other side of the diamond for the Phillies, again, no JT today, so Rafael Marchand's catching. Taiwan is on the mound. Over at first base, it's Harper. At second base, it's Stott. And the 1-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over towards the right side of the mound. Walker gloves it and flips it over to Harper for the out. He had to dive, and he got his glove on the ball and just flipped it right back to Harper with the glove. What a play by Taiwan Walker. That is just unbelievable. He just sort of shoveled it over to Bryce as he was running over towards the ball. And that is what you call a web jam, and Harper actually caught it barehanded. What a play by Walker. That's how you get yourself a 1-3. One to put out there. And just to finish out the rest of the infield for the Phillies, they got Alec Bohm over at third and Trey Turner at shortstop. That was a heck of an effort by Taiwan Walker on the first play of the game. Gold Glove Walker. Love that. That was a heck. I don't know how he did that. Pitch. And that's inside and low for a ball. Good work, Harper. That was Walker. That wasn't Harper. I mean, it was a nice catch by Harper, too, but Walker's the one who gloved it. And it was a shovel pass with the glove over to Bryce. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch. That was at the knees, but it's called a ball. Please go watch that highlight. I thought that I described that pretty well. I thought that was a pretty good play. 3-0 pitch. It's down low and outside for ball 4. And Wood gets on with a 1-out walk. Phillies starting pitchers have 194 strikeouts in 170 innings, and that's the most strikeouts from any pitching staff. 1 out in the top of the first, and the pitch to low, foul ball. In the outfield for the Phillies, they have Kepler in left, Rojas in center, and Castellanos out in right field. The ball is 1 strike. 1 out in the top of the first. A runner on at first. Here's the 0-1. It's outside. They try to appeal, though, and they say, yes, he went. Oh, and 2 is the count to low. Next pitch is a splitter that's wide for a ball. So Abrams grounded out. And Wood got on with a 4-pitch walk. What's up, Shante? How are you? 1-2 pitch. And it's fouled over, or flied over towards the left field side, over towards the line. Kepler's there, makes the grab. And out number 2 is recorded. Did somebody cut that defensive call for me? If not, I got it. Pitch to Ruiz. That's fouled back right behind home plate. I'm glad we ended April on a winning note. Are you talking about the O's or are you talking about the Phillies? The ball is 1 strike. The pitch. It's low for a ball. If you're tuning on in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. We appreciate each and every one of you. On ball, 1 strike to Keibert Ruiz. The toss bat to first, and he is safe. Larry says, I don't know how. I can teach you sometime. I'll teach you sometime. You know I'm talking about the O's, Shante. I had to get you there. 1-1 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. I'm just messing with you. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ruiz hitting .301 this year. He's a switch hitter, and he grounds this one back up the middle for a base hit. Wood will stop at second base. Rojas gets over towards the ball, throws it to the cutoff man, and a 2-out single by Keibert Ruiz. What's good, JJ and friends? Lou, you missed an incredible defensive play from Taijuan Walker. I know you didn't really like Taijuan Walker last year. How you feel about him this year? Oh, I said it before during the pregame show. You probably didn't hear it, but I think that he's been actually doing okay. 2 outs the pitch. Fly ball hit out over to left field. Kepler shies back right before the track, and I'll make the catch. And the inning is over. We're going to the bottom of the first. No runs, 1 hit, 2-man left. And the Phillies are coming up to the plate. Okay. All right. Line out to left. All right. So we're going to the bottom of the first. Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Bohm, Rojas, and Marchand are the 9 hitters tonight for the Phils. Stott's over at second. Turner's at short. Harper's at first. Schwarber is DHing, and Castellanos out in right field. Kepler's in left. Alec Bohm playing over at third base. He's batting 7th. Johan Rojas is out in center field. And Rafael Marchand is catching. Yeah, I said it before, but I mean, I'll say it again. I think that Taijuan Walker has actually shut me up. I was one of the last people that was on the train of getting rid of him. I was a last man standing, if you will. And then coming into spring training, I'm watching him pitch, and I'm like, well, why are we keeping this guy? What is this guy doing for you at this point? We're better off just dropping him, and I'm happy that he has proved me wrong. I'm happy that he shut me up. I still feel the way that I feel about how I felt coming on into the season. But, yeah, he's doing pretty good. Really good as a number 5. So maybe we can actually trade him. I don't know. We can have that discussion in a little bit. Please vote on the poll, speaking of starting pitching discussions, because I want to get your thoughts. When Ranger comes back, should we go to a 6-man rotation is the question. Yes or no? Yes or no? And we'll talk more about it, and we'll discuss it, and I'll give you my thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts in the poll. All right, here comes Bryson Stott to the plate. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Brad Lord is his opponent. Right-handed pitcher. 0-1 is the count. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a 4-seamer at 94. It was early. Lord, 0-3 record. 17 1/3 of an inning he's gone this year. Has recorded 13 strikeouts. Here's the 0-2, and Stott swings and misses a changeup. It was in the zone, but 1-2-3, and he's out. One thing about that changeup is that Lord has been working on that during the offseason. He talked about that before on a podcast. The pitch. It's a slider. It's on the outside corner for a called strike. Trey Turner offensively has been getting on base. 0-1, and he slaps it towards right field for a base hit. He got on top of it. Just hit it in the right spot, the 4-3 hole, and gets on with a one-out single. Still need him to hit balls into the gap. But get on base any way you can. And drive in runs. That's what really does matter. I got to give him credit too, Larry. The pitch. And there's a strike. Thanks, Michael. Harper hitting .234, slashing .234, 370, and .423 in 30 games. Turner's at first. He got on with a single to right. 0-1 is the count to Harper, and he takes a four-seamer on the outside corner for strike two. Need a Harper homer for your parlay, says Nas. What's up, Nas? How are you, my friend? When you're coming on in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got a change up that was heading out of the zone. And there is out number 2. All right, on the defensive side, Kybert Ruiz is catching. Brad Lord is on the mound for the Nationals. Lowe's at first. Garcia Jr. is at second. He did not play last night. Abrams is at short. Ten is at third. And then the outfield, it's Wood, Young, and Cruz. Schwarber is coming up to the plate. He had a 3-run homer in the first inning of last night's game. And takes the first pitch that he sees down and in. Schwarber's average is at .245. Has 23 RBI. And 9 homers. Throw over to first, not in time. When you look at the starting lineup, Harper and Castellanos, well, they're tied for second on this team in RBI with 16. 1-0 pitch to Kyle, and he bounces it over towards the right side. Second baseman Garcia has it. He was playing towards the 4-3 hole and throws it over to first in time. They put a little shift on him. They played him the pole towards the right side, and the defense worked out there. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We're going to the second inning. No score. Okay. All right. Well, the Phillies put up 7 runs in the first game. They put up 7 runs yesterday. Will they score 7 runs again tonight? Is my question that I have for you. It's so crazy for a $300 million supposed superstar. We're just happy when Trey contributes like he's a role player. I didn't say I was happy. If you're talking about me, I'm not happy with Trey Turner. He has to be better. I've been listening to some people talk in the media. I actually did that a lot today. I was doing some Uber Eats deliveries, and I wanted to listen to radio. I wanted to listen to the radio and hear what other people were saying about him and what people were saying about this Phillies team. And I thought that the takes were interesting, and I sort of had to zoom out a little bit and think about this from a whole perspective. Okay, when we're doing the games every day, it's so easy to just get dialed in, inning by inning, pitch by pitch, and we expect this team to be great. And rightfully so. I'm not criticizing us in that lens. But then you look at things from an outside perspective. This team has won 4 games in a row. This team's record is the best that it's been in a very long time to start off a season. It's a pretty good record. We're not used to this. type of a thing. But to me, the expectations are obviously to win. And not only to just win, but to have a very good season, period. To have a dominant regular season and have a dominant postseason. That's the way that I look at it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Bell is at the plate. Taijuan Walker kicks and delivers, and the pitch is grounded over to Harper. Harper will toss it back over to Walker, and the out is made as Walker wins the relay. But I brought this up because Trey Turner actually got some praise today, and I thought, again, same thing that Lou said. We're paying him $300 million. How can we be satisfied with what he's providing you? He's not getting a lot of extra base hits, okay? And look, excuse me, I'm rooting for the guy. I think we all are. We don't wish him, to do bad. We want this team to be successful. The pitch, it's popped up. It's a foul ball, and it goes out of play. But we just want these guys to be the best that they can be. That's what the fans want. That's what everybody wants. 0-1. Fly ball hit over towards the alleyway in right field, and Castellanos comes running in and makes the catch. And Cruz, who has really struggled in this series, lines out to his counterpart for the second out. 44 likes, 145 people tuning on in. It's like we know we can't expect Turner to hit like Aaron Judge. So if he's going to be a slap hitter, he needs to show off those wheels and steal some bags. And not only that, Midnight Mickey, but he has to be playing better defense. That's the other thing, too. Heard him the other day. I got to be better on the defensive side. I'm not happy with that. Okay. You say that, but are you going to put in the work to be better? Because when you miss second base, that's like a rookie mistake. You can't have those mental errors, especially in big situations like that. 2 balls, 1 strike. 25 pitches for Walker. He's gone 1 2/3 so far. Throws the next pitch off the plate. Correct, Ray. Absolutely. 3-1, swing and a miss. Time is called. Tennis steps out of the box. 3-2 pitch. And it's a slider that's up high and away for ball 4. That was the second walk that Walker has allowed in this game. What's up, Pringle? How are you, my friend? Hi, Pringle. What flavor are you? Oh, my gosh. The pitch. That's a line drive caught by Alec Bohm. And the inning is over. A rocket hit over to Bohm. And Walker shakes his head and smiles as he walks back to the dugout. It was hit right at Alec, right towards the chest. And he caught it with the glove. So, no runs, 1 man left. We're going to the bottom of the second at Citizens Bank Park. Casty, Kepler, and Bohm are due up in the batting order. All right, I'm gonna raise this question again. I'm gonna look at the poll right now, and I want to hear your thoughts. But first and foremost, again, hit the thumbs up button if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell icons too, folks. We have 158 people on here watching. I want us to get to 158 likes. If you're over on TikTok, if you're on the YouTube vertical stream, I appreciate you guys for being on here It does mean a lot to me. Come on over to the regular one if you guys want to come chat with the rest of us. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at this poll. Should the Phillies go to a 6-man rotation once Ranger returns on Sunday? 68% of you say yes, and 32% of you say no. I'm torn with this question. If we're looking at this as a team, should Ranger go to the rotation? Go to the bullpen. The quick answer that I have is yes, he should. One, it would help the team because the team doesn't have a very solid bullpen. My other thing about it, though, is that I look at it from both sides. I do think that he would help this bullpen. I do. However, it's the first pitch is down for a ball. Next pitch is outside and low for a ball as well. It's 2 balls, no strikes. However, I also want Ranger to be healthy. And I know that this back, this isn't his first time having back spasms. So the wear and tear on his body, I'm not trying to be cautionary, but in some ways you kind of have to be a little bit. So I'm a little bit on the fence about it, honestly. Ask me that question in the next half inning. I'll give you my full thoughts. The pitch, there's a line drive hit out over to right field for a base hit. And Gasty gets on with an opposite field single. Here comes Max Kepler to the plate. Kepler takes a 4-seamer on the outside corner for a strike. Kepler's average is at 253. He also homered in last night's game. 0-1 to Max. The pitch, and he slices it foul and out of play. Brad Lord is still pitching. This is the perspective that I'm thinking of. Okay. We all know who the biggest agent in baseball is. That's his agent. 0-2. Foul ball. And that is Scott Boras. Okay? This guy's on a contract year. Okay? He's going to want to get his money. As I understand. 0-2 pitch. And that's low for a ball. Scott Boras, his job is to try to advise or try to get the best contract for his player. That's his job. 1-2 pitch, and that's outside, way outside for ball 2. So then my question to you would be, would you think about trading Ranger? With that being said, would you think about trading Ranger at the deadline for getting some bullpen pieces and be okay with getting Andrew Painter to come on up here and be a starter? With the contract year of Ranger Suarez being a thing. Because the last thing I would want is for Ranger to walk next year. I wouldn't want that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 3. Ranger brings value. He does. He brings value to a team. I would hate to see him walk. We got to pay Schwarber. I'm just thinking out loud here. Just thinking out loud. Because I don't think this is like an easy answer. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. Maybe that's how I'm looking at it. I don't know. My mind is sort of in a whirlwind when it comes to that question. I can't give you an easy yes or no. I do think that it helps make the team better in the short term. In the long term, though, I don't think so. 3-2, there's a fly ball. It's hit out over towards left field. Wood gets under it over in front of the NovaCare sign, makes the catch on the track, and 1 out recorded. I will catch up to your comments. Signing Turner was a mistake. We're stuck with him now. I liked the move at the time. What's up, Nas? Yankees fan here, been following since last year the series against Phillies, while Jazz went nuclear against the Phillies. Love the commentary. Also, go Birds. What's up, man? Appreciate you, Nas. The pitch, it's in there for a strike. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first in time. And Al Baumholtz was tied with JT Realmuto for most on the team in double plays. Just untied that. And now leads the team again in that category. We're going to the top of the third. It's still no score. Yes, on trading Ranger. That is an excellent idea. Sounds like we are not close in negotiations. Again, there's a lot of questions about Ranger, okay? Can Ranger stay healthy? That's legitimately a question. Okay, sure, we have a good problem. What is going to happen when Andrew Painter comes up? I don't want Andrew Painter in our bullpen. I'm sure that you guys don't want him in the bullpen either. We need help in our bullpen. And again, if we get Ranger on a rental for having him go to the bullpen, is he going to want to be looked upon as a pitcher in higher leverage spots or as a Swiss Army knife? Because I think that as a player, from a player's perspective, I was the man before, haven't really been losing my step. I would want to start. I don't know what his mentality is. I don't know what they're going to do. But they should have done, in Rangers' case, what the Phillies did to Christopher Sanchez to lock up his contract, right? Make sure that he's here. They should have done that to Ranger. And I think that Dombrowski learned his lesson by doing that early. Now we're in a little bit of a predicament with that. I do think that he helps out the bullpen. But I don't think that he's going to be okay with being in the bullpen, is what I'm trying to say. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch, there's a foul ball. And so then the question becomes, are you okay with him potentially walking on a contract year after the season, or would you rather get value now on Ranger Suarez? What's up, BW? How are you, my friend? I appreciate you for stopping by. Sorry, I've been a little bit behind on the comments. BW, drop your link down below, my friend. Appreciate you. 1 out in the top of the third. And James Wood is coming up to the plate. The pitch is inside and low for a ball. Putting Ranger in the bullpen. Let's see if he can be healthy going forward. If so, re-sign him. Ray says, I wouldn't trade JT yet. Maybe next year. 1-0 pitch. There's a foul ball. BW, you with all these inside jokes. You're funny. 1-1 pitch. That's high and inside for a ball. Good. I'm happy that this is sparking conversation. I'm very happy that this is sparking conversation because this is what I want. I want conversation. 2-1 pitch. That's down for ball 3. That's exactly what I want. 3-1. That's taken for a called strike. Rangers, by the way, are demoting Jake Berger and promoting first baseman Blaine Crim from AAA. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There's 2 gone in the top of the 3rd. A nasty splitter thrown by Walker, and Wood went golfing after the pitch. Nice play. Very nice play. The pitch. It's in there for a strike. Grafted in 3 says, I'm not making the comment on trade since I was against losing Reese. I mean, you can still voice your opinion. I may not agree with you, but feel how the way you want to feel. You should talk to me. You should voice your opinion. 2 outs. It's popped up. It's out over towards third base. And now Bohm is there, makes the catch. Inning over, side retired. Going to the bottom of the 3rd, out of the bank. Okay. But yeah, let me know. Let me know if you would toy with the idea of trading Ranger Suarez just to get value back. Let me know if you would toy with that idea. Rangers trade value is currently at its lowest. Got to prove that he can stay healthy. Yes. I'm with you there. Maybe you give him a couple of starts. And again, like the other thing too, the monitor about this that we're not talking about is Christopher Sanchez as well. That's another question mark to me. At least to me that is. Because how's he going to do in his next outing? I think I was a little bit hard on him last night, and I didn't really mean to be hard. I was more so looking at it based off the fact of he didn't pitch as good because of this injury. You know, he's coming back from an injury, and I understand that. Is this going to give him problems down the line this year is my question. And I think that that's a legitimate question. When you think about pitchers that deal with a forearm issue, okay, that's not like, that doesn't just come out of nowhere, right? Forearm, obviously, pitchers use their forearms. I mean, you know, you gotta be cautious about that. That's you know, when they say forearm issues, that raises my eyebrows. So, kind of have to keep that into the equation as well. Sanchez just resigned last year, right? Wasn't it a 4-year deal? I think it was a 4-year, $35 million, $22.5 million contract. The pitch to Rojas. He grounds this one over towards shortstop. It's played on the bounce by Abrams. Sidearm throw over to first is in time. And 1 out. What's up, Scott? Scott's here. What's up, Scott? How are you doing, my friend? Just wanted to play a sound effect for you. I'm happy to see you back on here. Hi, Scott. 1 out and the pitch to Marchand, and he takes a fastball right down the heart and soul of the plate from Brad Lord for strike 1. I just got a text message. Absolutely not. Keep Ranger. Ay, ay. 0-1. And that's taken on the outside corner for strike 2. I'm not telling you that I'm for it or against it, but I'm wondering about the idea of trading Ranger just to get prospects back because, again, he's in a contract year. I don't know. 1-2 pitch. It's grounded over towards third base. It's bobbled by Tenna for a second, but he throws it over to first and it's in time, and Marchand is retired. It's hard to imagine, says Midnight Mickey, that the Phils would throw Sanchez out there if his arm was hanging on by a thread, knowing how protective they are of their players. That is a very valid point. That is a very valid point. However, I also saw last year and 2 years ago with the Ranger Suarez problem, they said it was just back soreness. Rob didn't think it was a big deal, and he came back and didn't look the same. And then they realized, well, this is something deeper, and this guy was out for a couple of months. And then same thing last year with the back spasms. So with that in mind, I understand where you're coming from, because they wouldn't just throw him out there. But sometimes it ends up being more serious than they think it is. 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit over towards left center field, over towards Monty's angle. And Young is there, makes the catch over on the track, and the inning is over. Already 3 innings of work so far for the Phils. Just 2 hits, though, in these 3 innings. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th, or the top of the 4th. Excuse me, I can't speak. That's a valid point. I'm not saying you should hit the like button, says Broken Bell Network, but you probably should. You should probably, because you're a decent human being, right? It's not looking good for the over 9.5, says Adam. Nope. Hi, bro. Thanks for the live. I don't have a TV to see it. Well, we're on for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, folks. And please, BW is here in the chat. I know he's not gonna, that he wants to be here just to tune on in. But I just wanted to put this out there. If you guys are Baltimore Orioles fans, or if you just like listening to really good play-by-play commentary, traditional play-by-play, BW is a very, very good one on this platform, and he covers the Baltimore Orioles, and you should go check him out too. Does an awesome job. Hear me out. Okay, what if you trade a Ranger to the Rangers, get Walker, get back Walker, Texas Ranger? I was waiting for that to come on. Or maybe it's from Taiwan. I like that. That's funny. I was thinking it was gonna be something along those lines. Let's have no good pitching or hitting. Well, the Mets are metting. Here comes Kybert Ruiz. That wasn't proper English, but that's okay. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's grounded over towards the right side. Stott plays it on the hop, tosses it over to first, and it's in time, and Ruiz does ground out. Pulled that over towards the right side, and Stott was actually shifted pretty well against him. And so there's one away. Orion Kirkering is taking off the powder blue sweater in the bullpen, and I think that he's going to start loosening up. Don't quote me on that, though. Nothing in one is the count on the pitch to Garcia. And there's the 0-1. It's grounded over to third. Bohm scoops it up, has time, throws it over to first, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Josh Bell. Just 44 pitches for Walker. There's Rob chewing his gum. Rob Thompson, the skipper. Bro, I bet on Philadelphia. You think that they will win? Yeah, for sure. They should sweep the Nationals. First pitch to Josh Bell is low, sitting over on the left side. Waves the bat, and the 1-0 pitch is painted perfectly on the outside edge at the kneecaps for strike one. I am pretty good, says BW. You are. 1-1 pitch. There's a line drive, and that's caught by Harper off of a bounce, and he wins the race to the bag and records out number 3. Nice play by Bryce. And a nice inning for Taijuan Walker. He's just surrendered 1 hit through 4 innings, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th. No score. This game is flying, folks. It is flying. Hitty likes 191 people tuning on in. Walker has been very un-Walker-like so far this year, says the Hot Corner. And guess what? I would love to keep it that way, folks. I would love to keep it that way. What's up, JJ? Just waiting to see who my Celtics play in the second round. Will it be the Pistons or will it be the Celtics? Will it be the Pistons or will it be the Knicks? Man, I really did not talk much today. You can kind of hear it. And I'm not really much of a talker, right? I'm a Leo. Okay, I don't know if you guys are into, what do you call it, zodiac signs. But I really am a Leo. I'm quiet, but I love sports. I'm not saying that Leos love sports, because obviously every Leo is different, but now I'm going to raise a conversation. It's going to be like, JJ, you're a Leo, and do all Leos like sports? No. But what I'm saying is that usually a lot of Leos, when you look into zodiac signs, they're quiet, but they show leadership, qualities. And I don't know if I show that, but I'm definitely more reserved. But I try to listen, Took the under 10 with the Pistons and the Clippers parlay, says Tamgo. Tamgo? Did I say that correctly? Tamgo? Here comes Trey Turner, and the first pitch that he sees is a 94-mile-per-hour sinker, which is taken inside. My teams are the Mets and the Phillies. Yeah, the Mets did not do good today. 1-0 pitch to Trey, and he looks at the slider that catches the inner third of the plate for strike one. Ernesto Javier says, you like the NBA? I covered the Sixers, the Phillies, and the Eagles. Do I like the NBA, though, itself? Is a good question. The 1-1 swing and a miss, that's a loaded question. I have liked the playoffs, I'll tell you that. The playoffs have been more physical. I follow the NBA, though, yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is outside and low. Capricorns are the goats. That's me. You called yourself the goat, Butterfly, and guess what? You are the goat. 2-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over to third base. The throw over to first in time. Nice play by Jose Tena. And he's honestly not had a good series defensively over at third base. He had one play also earlier today where he bobbled it. The ball popped out of the glove, but he was still able to record the out. That was a textbook play, though, over at third. And now it's Harper who's up to bat. He's been struggling this year. 5 homers, 16 RBI, and a 234 average. The pitch to Bryce. He pops it up over towards the left field line. Woods there. Catches the can of corn. 2 up, 2 down. And Kyle Schwarber's up next. Houston has to get a win. Most Leos I know are loud and obnoxious, lol. Luckily, JJ's only loud. 2 outs, and the pitch to Kyle Schwarber. It's in there for a strike. The Stars. They got to win tonight, says Alex. Absolutely, Steve. He is in his head. 0-1 pitch, and it's outside for a ball. I was listening to Jack Fritz today talk on WIP. There was a report that Taron was talking about during the game last night about how Bryce has been, I don't remember what the full report was, okay, but they said that him and Kevin Long and some of the other batting coaches were trying to hit off of changeups and other types of pitches. Take that for what it is. I mean, I probably shouldn't have brought this up because I didn't really get to listen to the full report, but I really wanted to say I kind of wanted to listen to that a little bit more and go back to that. 1-2 pitch, and it's in there for a called strike 3, and Schwarber is down on strikes. And already we're going to the 5th inning. And it's no score out at Citizens Bank Park. I think I finally caught up to chat. I'm married and divorced to Leo. They have mental issues, says Orlando Boswell. Oh, gosh. So, I guess I have mental... So you're saying that I have mental issues. Just kidding. That's funny, though. You know, I've heard about experiences that other people have had with Jasons, and you know, a lot of my friends who are friends with a Jason, they usually complain about that person. So, like, whenever I hear about, you know, a guy named Jason, and it's mentioned from one of my friends, I'm usually like, oh no, okay, like this guy's probably not a good person. Like, I don't usually like to assume, but like 9 times out of 10, my friends will tell me about like their friend named Jason, and it's usually just a bad story. I don't know why, but I'm sort of the opposite. I mean, I know not everybody's going to like me, but I can never imagine myself doing something completely wrong, you know? I just think it's kind of funny, though. It's actually even more ironic because, you know, I'm Jason and this whole, like, Friday the 13th thing, I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. Top of the 5th, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Dylan Cruz is up. 0 for 1. He lined out in the 2nd. 1-0 pitch. It's down low for a ball. That was funny, Eagle. 2 balls, no strikes in the pitch. And there's a grounder. It's hit over towards third base. Bohm's throw over to first. In time to get Cruz. He had to step back, catch it, and fire a missile over to first. And Dylan Cruz, who has wheels, was flying over to first base and just was out by less than a quarter of a step. We all like you, JJ. Well, I do appreciate that. I know not everybody's going to like me, but I appreciate you guys for being on here. If I can make one person's day, I did my job. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is in there for a strike. The 1-1 pitch, and that's a foul ball. Should wear a Jason mask for a game. Maybe for Halloween. See, that would work more for like NBA or football. But for baseball, you know, Halloween is usually the postseason. Maybe I could wear that as a costume. If the Phillies are going to the World Series, probably not. Maybe, I don't know. Jason the Scary Villain. I've always wanted to be a villain when I was in theater. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Walker. That's low for a ball. Speaking of heroes and villains. Get back to that thought in a sec. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout by Walker, his 2nd of the day. 2 chairs in the chat for Taijuan Walker. I like that pitch. I was listening to Ike talk today, and he said that, because Bryce has been getting some more help from the coaches and whatnot, and the power hasn't really been coming. He's only hit like 15 homers since July of last year. The pitch, it's popped up, it's hit out over towards left center field. Rojas gets called off from Turner, and Rojas makes the catch for out number 3. And so we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Still no score out at Citizens Bank Park. But he said, is Bryce Harper, do we have to start looking at him not as Superman anymore? And that kind of made me a little bit sad. And I said, I hope not. Now, when you think about heroes and villains, just because the power's not there. Now, Harper's not a guy. He's only homered 40 times in a season once in his career. But are we sort of in the era now, like where Harper is not Superman anymore? I don't know. I don't like to look at it that way because that's how I look at Joel Embiid. But maybe that's a question that we can have in June. I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting way to look at it, an interesting perspective. I don't know. All right, bottom of the 5th, Casty, Kepler, and Bohm due up in the batting order again. Hit the thumbs up button, folks, and hit the subscribe button as well. We have 192 people tuning on in. We appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. And again, the poll question, folks, is should the Phillies go to a 6-man rotation once Ranger returns on Sunday? 71% of you say yes, and 29% of you say no. We have 89 votes. Let me know what your thoughts are. Castellanos takes a pitch that's down for a ball. Excuse me. The 1-0 to Casty, swing and a miss. A slider that was low. Casty singled back in the second. It's 1-for-1. 1-1 pitch, fly ball hit out over towards center field. Young is there to track it down as he backpedals right in front of the track, makes the catch, and Casty hit it on the nose just right at Jacob Young. We need 9 more subscribers for us to get to 5,600. Oh, we're so close, and yet so far. Just kidding. We're really close. Let's go. Hit the thumbs up button. Share this with your friends for sure. The pitch, and it's outside for a ball. Colonel Byrne, he says, Walker's too good to move to the bullpen right now. I also just don't like the idea of putting Walker back in the bullpen because we did it last year. And my favorite saying, and I said this yesterday with Stott in the leadoff spot, it's the same thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The pitch to Kepler, line drive into the left center field gap. That's going all the way towards the wall. Kepler jogs over to second, gets on with a stand-up double, and with 1 out, he's at second base. Phillies have a base runner, and that's the first extra base hit in this game. A good piece of contact by Kepler. Okay. Here comes Bohm. Charge! No, Bryce Harper's career average is 33 homers per 162. He had 30 last year and 145. That's a good point. Here comes Bohm, and he takes the first pitch just outside for a ball. That's the 7th double of the season for Max Kepler, by the way. Seems like he's starting to find the swing. 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch to Alec, and he just gets a piece of it. And I think he fouled it off of Ruiz. He did. Nicked him a little bit. Rojas does wait in the on-deck circle. I'll tell you this, Rojas has actually done a better job at squaring up the ball over these last couple of games. Take that for what it is. Can that continue is the question. Heard some people say today that he's actually been hitting okay in the 9 spot. Like as a 9-hole hitter, that's fine. And the funny part is that tonight he's not in the 9 spot because Marchand's in the 9 spot. 1 ball, 1 strike to Alec Bohm. Lord comes set at the letters, stares back at second, now back to the plate, and the 1-1 pitch, line drive, hit out towards center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Kepler's rounding third. He'll come in to score. An RBI single by Alec Bohm. He hammered that thing out over to right center. And finally, the Phillies get on the board. Here comes Johan Rojas to the plate. 1-0 Phils. Pitch to Johan. It's inside for a ball. That's my Bohm, says Eagle Auto. All right. Rojas in 298 on the season. Bohm does lead off over at first. He's been starting to kind of hit the ball better, too. 1-0 pitch. It's low and outside for ball 2. They're working up Lord's pitch count. It's up to 51 now, but this is the most pitches he's thrown in an inning so far. 2-0 pitch. It's outside for ball 3. Another missed 4-seamer. All 3 pitches outside. I'm keeping Bohm right where he is right now. He has still more to prove to me. 3-0 pitch to Rojas, and it misses outside for ball 4. And runners are over at first and second, and Rafael Marchand's coming on up as Rojas goes on over to first. And we're going to have Hickey go out there on the mound to talk things over with his pitcher. Let's go. Get those likes and subscriber counts up. Let's go, baby. 9 more subscribers till we get to 5,600. Let's go. 2 runners on, 1 out. Rafael Marchand is in the box. White batting gloves, hitting over on the left side. Switch hitter facing the lefty, or the righty, that is, Lord, who checks back at second. The pitch to Marchand. Fly ball, hit out over towards right field. It's carrying. It's hooking foul, though, and it does find the seats. If it was fair, it would have been just a little bit short of a home run. So thank goodness it did bounce foul, and it actually bounced into the seats, and then it went right into that tunnel, and the fan who tried to catch it just missed it. It's like it was right there. I had it. Well, you didn't catch it. That's gotta feel embarrassing. The ball is 1 strike, and the next pitch is taken for strike 2. I feel bad now. Well, he didn't catch it. The ball is 2 strikes. Lots of tattoos for Rafael Marchand. He has a sleeve on his left hand, left side of his arm. Right side, he's wearing a white sleeve, an actual sleeve. 0-2 pitch. That's grounded over to first base. The throw from low to second base for 1 is in time. The throw over to first, though, not in time. And there are 2 outs. Bohm does go over to third. Rojas was out at second. And we're going back to the top of the order as Bryson Stott is coming up to the plate. It was a good throw over to C.J. Abrams. And a nice hustle, too, by Marchand. That thing was snow-coned by the pitcher that was lowered, who had to go cover first base. For 6, fielder's choice. Here's Stott. He's 0 for 2. Base it up the middle is plausible. And he takes high and away for ball 1. After the game, please make sure that you come on to the postgame show. You can also text in to the JJ hotline anytime or leave a voicemail message. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. 1-0 pitch. And it's on the outside corner. It's a little bit outside, but Brock Ballou, who's calling the balls and the strikes, says otherwise. Nighttime is upon us right now. Black and blue skies. 1-1. Foul ball. Bohm's at third. Marchand's at first. There's 2 gone. Ruiz went to go talk to Lord. Everyone's back in their spots, and the at-bat continues. Lord comes set at the letters. The 60th pitch of the game. Here it is. It's a foul ball. Stott's impressed me this year so far. Last year, I thought that we should have replaced him, says Eagle. Let's not act like that the first 2 weeks we were not happy with Bryson Stott. Over these last 3 weeks, he's been a lot better. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Stott strikes out, and we're going to the top of the 6th inning. Phillies do lead it, though, 1-0 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. They send 6 men up to the plate and get 1 run. Okay. That's awesome. That's so cool. All right. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. It's time for On This Day in Phillies History. On This Day in Phillies History. It is the 1st of May. Okay. In 1906, 20-year-old Johnny Lush on this day pitched a no-hitter in Brooklyn, beating the Brooklyn Dodgers 6-0 and fanned 11 batters, relying mainly on a drop curve. In 1983, 2 things actually happened on this day. The Phillies celebrate their 100th anniversary with a carnival at JFK Stadium. A ball carrying the 100-year logo used in the Days game against Houston was sent to the Hall of Fame. And on that same day, in the same year, Steve Carlton appeared on the cover of Sport magazine. And in 2015, on May 1st, how about this one? How about Ryan Howard played in his 1,299th game at first base and ended up passing Fred Luderis for the team record. That I did not know. Learn something new every day, I guess. We're in the top of the 6th. Nats only have 1 hit. Phillies have 4 hits. The Rangers are looking at getting Mike Sullivan. Huh. The Rangers. Am I interested in Mike Sullivan? Former head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I would take him. If you're the Flyers, would you take Mike Sullivan? The pitch. It's in there for a strike to C.J. Abrams. Or is he too much Tortorella-like? Let me know your thoughts about that. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch to Abrams. Fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that's going to bounce on the track and hit the wall. Castellanos wouldn't have been able to make the catch. Draws the throw, though, over to second base, and Abrams gets on with an extra base hit to start off the top of the 6th. Tic-tac-toe. No, I do not remember that. So that's the 2nd hit allowed today by Taijuan Walker. Abrams now on a 7-game hitting streak. And here comes James Wood, who takes outside. Would you take Mike Sullivan as the next coach of the Philadelphia Flyers? 1 ball, 1 strike. The Rangers are interested in him. I want the opposite of Torts. No, because the opposite of Torts is Rob Thompson. I think that's the opposite of Torts. 1-1, line drive. It's hit off of Walker. He deflects it, throws it over to first. It's in time. And the trainers are obviously going to go out there to check up on him. I think it hit him right above the knee. Let's look at this. Yeah, it did. Got him right on the leg. Ow. All right, so the trainer is checking up on Walker. Home plate umpire, of course, Brock Ballou is there. Rob is also there as well, having a conversation. You okay? Walker just shook his head. Getting on his tiptoes, walking it off, stretching a little bit. They're going to see how he does throwing some of these pitches. There's 1 warm-up pitch. Shakes off the rust. He says, all right. And he gives the thumbs up, says, I'm okay. I'm good. Rob gives him a little pat on the back. Brock Ballou looks on over at Rob and the trainer and says, are we good? And they say, yep. And there they go back to the dugout. Flyers need a player's coach. So do you think that a Rob Thompson could help them? Could help loosen them up? By the way, the runner is over at third base. So Abrams did advance over to third. Don't think I mentioned that. Sack fly ties it. The ground ball, slow ground ball could tie it too. First pitch. It's low for a ball. Sure. 1-0 pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. After being beaten down by a Torts, a Rob-like coach could be what they need, like the Phils in 2022. Yeah, I just don't want them to be too loose. you know? As like an interim head coach, maybe, but then when we're ready to try to take it over the top or try to compete, like I want Michkov to have like a Hall of Fame coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Maybe I guess that he needs a couple of years with another coach before we reach that level. But what do I know? 1-2 is in the dirt for ball 2. Two-two pitch. It's grounded foul. Yeah, I don't know if a guy like a Jim Montgomery would be. I don't think that a Jim Montgomery type of a coach is what the Flyers need right now. Not something that's like old school, you know. I think that they need a new philosophy. Just like Larry said, the 2-2 pitch, line drive into right field for a base hit past the dive of Stott. And the Nationals tie the game back 1-1. Phillies went up 1-0, and the Nationals just responded. And Nathaniel Lowe gets a low pitch and drills it out to right. Still one out in the bottom of in the top of the 6th, excuse me. And there's Keibert Ruiz. He grounds this one down the first base line. It got by Harper. It's going all the way over towards the corner. Ruiz is rounding first. He's going over to second. And he might be going on over to third base as Lowe will score. And it's 2-1. He does go over to third. And it's an RBI triple for Keibert Ruiz. See where this pitch was. It got right by Harper. It did. It got right on by him. Should have had it. Played it on a hop, got right by him, and went all the way down the line. No, probably scored that as an RBI triple. The pitch. It's a cutter that's in there for a strike. That's the second play that I can remember over the last week where Bryce gets a ground ball on a hop and it just gets by him. 0-1. Foul ball. And also, Casty, when I'm watching him go over to the ball, I think he was jogging. For those people that were watching that, did you think Casty was jogging too? Over towards that ball? 0-2. That's a slider that's in the dirt for a ball. Hardcore, happy to see you on here, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit out over to left field. Another run's going to score. And so it's 3-1 Washington. For those of you that were watching, did you think that Cassie was jogging over towards that ball? It was a nightmare of an inning. Well, it doesn't help when your defense doesn't have your back. But yes. So Luis Garcia Jr. gets an RBI single. Now you got to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen. Here's Josh Bell, toss back to first, and Garcia Jr. safe. The pitch. And it's outside for a ball. It didn't look like he was hustling Sashante. Thanks for answering my question. One 0 pitch. It's also in there for a strike. And Walker Marchand's not going to throw back the pitch. Walker took his foot off the mound, and that's because they called a balk. No, they didn't. He just stole second base without a throw. He was going, and Garcia Jr. is safe at second. 1 ball, 1 strike, so that also gets rid of the double play ball. And the 1-1 misses inside for ball 2. Did it look like Castellanos was hustling to you guys? Shante said no. Orion Kirkering is warming up in the bullpen. 2-1 pitch. Line drive. Diving stop by Stott. The throw over to first in time. Stott almost made a ridiculous catch. There's 2 away. Just bounced off the glove. As soon as the glove went on the ground, it just popped out. Just popped out. Pitch. It's low for a ball. A ball, no strikes. The pitch. And that's on the inside corner for a strike. 81 pitches for Walker. Nationals lead at 3-1. Thanks, Larry. Here's the 1-1, and that misses inside. Hardcore, did you think that Casty was hustling for that ball over towards the right field line? You saw the play. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Two-two pitch. And that's going to get on by Marchand. And going over to third base will be Garcia. Pass ball. This is just where the defense breaks down. That ball should have been blocked. I didn't notice at the time. I think he's just slow to begin with. Is hardcore. Gotcha. Gotcha. 3-2 pitch. That's down for ball 4. And that's going to put runners on at the corners. Now they're going to have a conversation. And Rob is going to go pull the plug, and Orion Kirkering is going to come on in. Inning is a disaster. Yep. Let's all panic. All right, so we have a pitch and change. Orion Kirkering is going to come on in the pitch. All right, come on. You had to take him out there. You kind of had to take him out there. Gives up a walk. Can't do that. Missing the spots. Again, what do I say, folks? 2 things can be true. Taijuan Walker in the 6th inning did not pitch good. The other things can be true, though. Bryce Harper has to make that play at first. I think Castellanos had to hustle more there. And I also want to say that Rafael Marchand needs to block that pitch. Right? You think Stott should have caught that? It's a tough play. It's a diving catch. Thing is hit sharply on a rope. Pops out of the glove as he hits the ground. I don't know. Thought that was a tough play. even for the major leaguers, I mean, that's not an easy play. Come on and talk to us during the postgame show, 610-314-0844. You can also text on in to the JJ hotline anytime or leave a voicemail too. Again, 610-314-0844. Correct. And the offense needs more. I agree with that too. This game could be over. Well, I learned that it's not over till it's over. But yeah, could it be over? Sure. That's why you play all 27 outs, right? I've seen both teams fumble. 2 outs in the top of the 6th, runners on at the corners. Jose Tena is in the box facing Orion Kerkering. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Is Tena a switch hitter? He's a lefty. Orion's a righty. A righty versus a lefty. Eye test, huh? Pitch is outside for a ball. Eye test. Interesting. Okay, Rob. One pitch. Wide for ball 2. Okay, Rob. I see you. Of course we can come back. We're only in the top of the 6th. 2-1. That's fouled away. Larry says no, because he's being pessimistic. Of course we can come back. Especially against this team. Let's get out of the inning first. 2-2 pitches outside for ball 3, and well, as they tried to get the runner from second in a rundown, Trey Turner couldn't make the catch over at second base. It goes into the outfield, and a run's going to score. Come on, Trey. Come on. Marchand threw it over to second base, and it just got by Trey. Now, to be fair, it landed on a bounce, and it wasn't the best throw. Trey still should have had it, in my opinion. 3-2 pitch, and there's a called strike 3, but the Nationals do get 4 runs. Thanks to more errors by the defense. That was a bad throw by Marchand, but Trey still needs to get on the ground, get the glove on the ground to make the play. It still isn't over, but that was annoying. Bad throw by Marchand. Still think Trey should have had that. Am I being too harsh for those people that saw that? Jack said can't blame that on Trey. It's a bad throw. Hardcore says, agree. That was a bad throw. I think that Trey should have had that, but that's just me. I'll look at the replay again a little bit later. The ball hit the ground first. It was a very bad throw. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. Jack, what's up? But you are entitled to your own thoughts. For sure. Absolutely. I think we can come back. I do too. I do too. I do think that we can come back. But I also see that the Bad News Bears defense is back too. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 6th. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Jack, where have you been? We missed you. We got 212 people on here watching. Make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button. The pitch to Trey is high and inside for a ball. I'm going to throw up. That was more on the throw. Game over. It ain't over. 1 ball, no strikes to Trey. And the pitch. There's a line drive hit out to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Turner does get on with another base hit. So, he's 2 for 3 today. And Bryce Harper is coming up. It was a bad inning. I agree. Here comes Bryce Harper. Runner on over at first. Nobody out. And the pitch to Bryce. Check swing. Did he go? They say no over at first. Let's go, baby. Charge! The 1-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Can we stop the notion that Harper is a superstar? Says Jack. 1-1 pitch to Bryce. It's low for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. So for 2 tonight, and the pitch to Bryce. He pops a foul, and it goes out of play. Lord is still pitching, by the way. 9 more subs so we get to 5,600. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. 2-2 pitch to Harper, and he fouls it away again. Bryce 0 for 2 in tonight's game. He's never faced Brad Lord before. Coming into tonight. 2-2 pitch to Harper. There's a line drive out to center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit as well. Trey Turner is over at second base, and so there's runners on at first and second. Thought maybe Trey should have gone over to third, but... And now Kyle Schwarber's coming on up to the plate. All right, here comes Schwarber. All right. Back-to-back singles. And we have a visit on the mound. Pitching change coming as Schwarber comes on up. Okay. Let's go. Pitching change. Okay. Yeah, I still think that we can win this game for sure. I do. There's still a lot of baseball left to go. I'm not happy with what I saw, though, in that top of the 6th. But we still got a game to finish. Rally, kill, and double play. You were so pessimistic. You really are. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just so funny to me. You're funny, man. Waldorf and Statler. Where is Statler? Where is he? Where is Statler? Ray says it's a joke. It's a joke, Chris. All right, come on. Hit the like button while we're in this timeout. Now is the time to like. Now is the time to subscribe. Now is the time to hit the notification bell icons, folks. Let's get those likes up. let's subscribe to the channel as well if we have not done so already. What the heck just happened? We're watching a baseball game. But what happened? Phillies lost the lead due to some mental mistakes and have the tying run up at the plate now. Brando says, let's go Pistons. All right, Jose Ferrer's going to pitch. I don't know why they would put him in this spot here. But anyhow, he struggled against the Phillies when he pitched in the bottom of the ninth. And he has a 7.67 ERA. And they'll be facing Kyle Schwarber here. First pitch to Schwarber, it's high for a ball. Kyle tonight 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. 1-0 pitch to Schwarber, and it's low and outside for ball 2. Eight seconds left on the pitch clock. 2-0 pitch to Schwarber, and he takes a look at strike one at 97. Nationals bullpen, by the way, has a 7.41 earned run average. That's how bad they've been. Schwarber does have 5 homers against left-handed pitching. Here's the 2-1, and it's inside. They try to appeal. Did he go? They say no, he did not. And the count is 3-1. How's the time for a 3-run homer? How's that for being positive? 3-1 pitch to Schwarber, and he chops it foul over to first base. Can Kyle get on? Trey's at second. Harper's at first. There's nobody out. A huge pitch coming up for Ferrer. The payoff pitch to Schwarber. He pops it up. It's fouled behind the plate, and he stays alive. Schwarber just hitting .235 at home with 5 homers and 13 RBI. Over the last 7 days, just 3 for his last 17. Payoff pitch to Schwarber, and there's a ground ball hit over towards second base. This will at least get the runners over to second and third. It was a slow chopper. It actually deflected off of Ferrer, and the second baseman had it, threw it over to first, and it's in time. So the runners are over at second and third. Again, it was just played off with a bounce by Ferrer, and it sort of slowed up as it deflected off of his glove. And Garcia Jr. just had to get the force out at first. That was the only play that was available. And here comes Castellanos. Tying run still up at the plate. And Casty fouls off the first pitch. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch. There's a grounder. It's deflected off of Ferrer again, and no one covers the bag, and the Phillies get a run. That thing was bounced high off the glove of Ferrer. It actually sort of became like a pop-up after it bounced, and Harper goes over to third. It's an RBI infield single by Castellanos, and all smiles by Casty. Crazy. That's crazy. Not saying that even if Lowe went to go cover the bag, that would have been an easy play, but that was just bizarre. So, though counted as an RBI infield single, it was hit sharply off the bat from Casty. And now Kepler is coming on up. Runners at first and third. Turner did score. Harper's at third. Casty is over at first. The pitch to Kepler, and he takes a strike at 98 miles per hour. No spoilers in the chat. And time called by Max. The ball is 1 strike. White batting gloves for Kepler. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-1 to Kepler, and he chops a foul. It was off the leg of Ferrer. They hit by Castellanos. Got a little piece of his leg as he tried to play it on a hop. 0-2 pitch. Just outside at 98 miles per hour. Like and subscribe, folks. How we doing on the likes? Did we get to 200 yet? Did we get to 200 likes? We're at 118. We're more than halfway there. 1-2 pitch to Kepler, and he fouls it away. The 1-2 pitch, and there's a strike 3 called. It's a changeup, and Kepler goes down looking. Good movement on the changeup. I'm shocked, though, that Kepler took that. Was thinking about it. 2 runners on still. 2 outs. And Strom and Ross are warming up in the bullpen. The pitch to Bohm. Outside for a ball. 8 more subs till we get to 5,600. Let's go! Want to know is the count to Alec. Ferrer comes straight at the belt, and the 1-0 pitch, and Bohm fouls it off. Let's go, Alec. The 1-1 to Bohm, and he gets a piece of it and stays alive. Embrace the Struggle says, I'm a Phillies fan no matter what. The only thing I want from the head coach is to install winning attitude, and that getting by is no longer tolerated. 1-2 pitch. It's inside. Bohm takes it all the way. Let's go. 18 pitches for Ferrer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Bohm outside for ball 3. The pitch of the ball game coming on up. Rojas waits in the on-deck circle. Fans clapping along. Starting to get a little bit loud. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Alec Bohm. Here comes the pitch to Alex. Swing and a miss. Got a changeup in the dirt. And Ferrer strikes him out. And we're going to the top of the 7th. It's 4-2, Washington. Was thinking that he was going to go to some sort of an off-speed pitch. And he did. Back-to-back strikeouts by Ferrer to end the inning. And we're going to the top of the 7th. It's 4-2, Nationals. Can't wait to visit Gettysburg this weekend. That's where you're going? Really? Damn. All right. Yep. No spoilers, folks. None. Let's look at the other scores. Pistons are down by 4 with 2:08 left in the second quarter. Can't wait to watch the end of that game. Hopefully it's still close. It's been a heck of a series between the Knicks and the Pistons. Nuggets and Clippers play tonight at 10 o'clock. Denver leads the series 3-2. Clippers have their backs against the wall. And then, are there any games tomorrow? Tomorrow it's Rockets-Warriors at 9. Okay. And then the NHL, there's 4 games going on tonight. You got Maple Leafs and Ottawa Senators. It's 2-1 Toronto. Nylander and Matthews have a goal each. And Tkachuk also has his 4th goal of the series. The Golden Knights and the Wild are tied 1-1 as they end the first period. Stars play the Avalanche tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Kings are out in Edmonton. That's all game 6s. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon, folks. Let's go. Let's go. All right. 4-2 is the score. We have 125 likes, 253 people on here watching. Appreciate you all for being on here. 5 left on base. Joe Ross is going to pitch for the Phillies. Has a 5.02 ERA in 14 innings of work. And he'll face Young, Abrams, and Wood. First pitch is in there for a strike. The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch. It's a called strike on the upper tier of the zone. If you're interested in visiting historical sites, I recommend Radcliffe Plantation in South Carolina. Huh. I do like historical sites. 0-2 pitch. That's grounded up the middle. Stott has it. Throws it over to first. That was a nice play by Stott. Not an easy play. And there's out number 1. Put it on a couple of bounces and a backhanded as he was running in towards home plate. Sidearm throw over to first. That's how the first out is made. And Young is retired. C.J. Abrams is up. And Abrams pops the first pitch that he sees. Foul behind the plate. Phillies again in their powder blue uniforms. They took the first 2 games of the series. They're down 4-2 in game 3 of this series. 0-1. It's taken inside at 95. If you're over on the vertical stream, come on over to the regular one. The 1-1 pitch, and that's going to hit C.J. Abrams right in the ankle. And he will be rewarded first base. He's gotten on a lot in this series. Really has. Actually hit him right in the knee. It was a little bit higher than I thought. Right on the kneecap. Ouch. Here comes James Wood. And the pitch. It's a strike. Taken at 94 miles per hour. The ball is 1 strike. What's up, Andrew? How are you, man? 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got a fastball that was elevated just above the zone. Well, it's been hitting a little slump. No balls, 2 strikes. The toss back to first. It's not in time. Harper doesn't even have to apply a tag. Abrams can fly. Should we do a meet and greet? Would you be guys down for like a meet and greet like at Citizens Bank Park? 0-2 pitch. Fly ball. Hit over towards left field. Kepler's there. Makes the catch. And there's out number 2. Maybe in September we'll do like a meet and greet at the at like a tailgate or something. Would you guys be down for that? Two outs. A runner on over at first. And Nathaniel Lowe is in the box. Throw over to first, and Abrams dives back in there again without a tag. If you get food or beers, says James. I mean, I would do like a meet and greet, like outside of like the parking lot. I'll be there on the live stream. I'm not going to be streaming that. I'm just going to be doing like in-person meets. The pitch. It's grounded over towards the mound. Ross has it, throws it over to first. It's in time. There's out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Rojas, Marchand, and Stott are all due up in the batting order. All right, here we go. It's time for trivia. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it right, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. 30 seconds to answer this. I'm going to put a timer on right now, and if you don't answer it in time, it does not count. You ready for this? You better hope that you don't get an ad. Better hope that you don't get an ad. So here is the question. Okay. Which Phillies players were drafted as the number 1 overall pick by the Phillies? Go. $20 seconds. Which Phillies players were drafted as the number 1 overall picks by the Phillies? 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bomb. Okay. All right. The number 1 overall picks by the Philadelphia Phillies. Gavin Floyd was not a Philly. Was not a Philly. Mickey Moniak. Green? Dallas Green? No. Pat Burrell. Those are the only 2. Pat Burrell and Mickey Moniak. So Jack got it. And who was the other person that got it? Peso. They both got it. Nice job. Very nice job. Bottom of the 7th, here's Johan Rojas. And he takes the pitch high for a ball. I like the timer. It works. Gavin Floyd wasn't drafted by... Floyd was a Philly. 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. Gavin Floyd. Was he drafted? He was the 4th overall pick. He wasn't the 1st overall pick. Was not the 1st overall pick. Am I cutting in and out, folks? 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Am I cutting in and out? Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. Could just be your internet. I don't know. Am I cutting out? Sound is good, but you're not now. Okay, good. All right, good. 1 ball, no strikes to Rafael Marchand. And the next pitch is up high for ball 2. Ferrer still pitching, by the way. 2-0 pitches inside for ball 3. Someone tell Kevin to catch up. He's behind. 3 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch is on the upper tier of the zone for a strike at 97. Mickey Moniak and Pat Burrell were the number 1 overall picks. Gavin Floyd was the number 4 overall pick. 3-1, ground ball, dive and stop by the third baseman. The throw over to first. What a nice play by Jose Tena. Wow. But 10 seconds is too short. I did 30 seconds. And then I did the countdown from 10. I didn't announce it till we went to 10. I said 30, then I said 15. Maybe I didn't say 15, but yeah. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. I do keep cutting in and out. The pitch, it's grounded over to second base. And the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. All right. We're going to the top of the 8th. It's 4-2 Nationals. I keep cutting in and out. Hold up. Okay. Is the audio cutting in and out? Or is the video cutting in and out? Was it the audio or was it the video? Hit the like button, folks. Hit the subscribe button as well. Scott, thanks for saying I do a good job. I appreciate that. You're fine once I refreshed. Okay. Good. Very good. It was the audio. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for telling me. Kevin Lennon, over on the vertical stream, just became a member. Appreciate that, dude. That's awesome. That's great. That's awesome. What's going on, dude? Ethan says, let's go Dodgers. I didn't have the vertical stream on before. Nothing is cutting out. Video and audio are good. Good. Speaking of good, it would be great if we could get to 5,600 subscribers. We're so close. We need 6 more, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Kevin says, I don't want ketchup. Take the mustard. Excuse me. Dad just texted me, yes, you are cutting in and out. It's like a stutter. Maybe your plug isn't correctly low battery of some kind. I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen to the audio. I can't do anything about it. If it's still happening, let me know. The pitch, swing and a miss. Just text the group chat. The ball is 1 strike. Ross gets set just below the numbers. And the pitch is high for a ball. Surprised Ross is still pitching. Skybert Ruiz is up to bat, by the way. 4, 5, and 6 are up in the batting order. The 1-1. There's a fly ball. It's hit out over towards right field. It's a foul ball, thank goodness. It's all good now. Once I refreshed it, the YouTube app was the app was updating. That was the problem. Gotcha. 1-2 pitch. There's a foul ball. That's why you're having issues. The app was updating. So refresh your pages if you have not done so already. That was the problem. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. There's a grounder. It's it over to first base. Harper has it, throws it over to first. It's in time. And Keibert Ruiz is out. Keibert Ruiz. See, I always have debates about these pronunciations because I heard somebody say Keibert as a broadcaster and someone else says Keibert or Keibert. Pitch on the way, and there's a fly ball hit out over towards right center field. And going over to second base is going to be Garcia, and he gets on with a double. BaseballReference.com says Keibert. MLB.com says not MLB.com. It's funny. Josh Bell is up. And the pitch is inside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch is taken for ball 2.
Hello, my name is Keibert.
Keibert. He just pronounced it. Keibert Ruiz. Keibert Ruiz. 2-0 pitch. It's inside for ball 3. Say it differently each time. You'll be right occasionally. Three-0 pitch is inside for ball 4. And that's going to put runners on at first and second base. Two runners on. We're in the top of the 8th. There's one out. After the game is done, folks, calling into the show. We do a post-game show. You're more than welcome to come on and voice your opinions. And I would appreciate that. We have a conversation on the mound with Caleb Cotham out there, talking with the infielders and Joe Ross and Rafael Marchand. And Brock Ballou says, we got a game to finish. Come on, let's go. I think the proper pronunciation in Spanish would be Keibert, and it is. It is. You can also text the JJ hotline too, by the way. One out, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Dylan Cruz is up. Be great to get a double play here. The 1-0 pitch. That's high for ball 2. What a day. Two balls, no strikes. Ross gets it above the belt. And the 2-0 pitch. And he does not get the call. That was a strike. But not according to Brock. We have a big audience tonight. Hit the thumbs up button, folks. And subscribe to the channel. 3-0 is the count. The pitch. There's a called strike. We're doing good. Hit the like button and subscribe. We're doing pretty good. 3-1 pitch. That's bounced foul towards third. It was in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We'll have Turner, Harper, and Schwarber up. Excuse. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Ross trying to get out of the inning. And the 3-2 pitch. And it's in there for a called strike 3. There's 2 outs. It did cut out when you did trivia. It's weird. That's odd. Wonder if that was just the app. Here's Tenna. And the pitch. It's grounded over towards the right side. Stott has it. Tosses it over to first. And the inning is over. Thank goodness. 6 outs left for the Phils. They were down by 2. Turner, Harper, and Schwarber due up in the lineup. Got to get a run here. Okay. All right. 6 more subscribers for us to get to 5,600. If you have not done so already, if you guys wouldn't mind doing so, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons. We go on for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, right? We don't just do Phillies. I want to make sure that I express this. All right, we do the Sixers and we do the Eagles as well. And we also are doing Sunday Night Baseball. That's what we've been doing every week. Want to try to get more baseball fans on this channel. So we've been doing the Sunday night games. And that's been really cool as well. So, yeah. I appreciate you all for being on here. Taking time out of your day to come on and listen to Phillies baseball. Or just come on and listen to me. Or both. But it means a lot. You guys are supporting the channel. And it's awesome. I really can't believe that, like, within less than 3 years, we're almost at 6,000 subs. That's awesome. I'm actually really proud of myself for that. I am. I never bought any subscribers, never cheated the system. Seriously. Doing it organically. You know? That's how you're supposed to do it. Oh, boy. That's pretty cool. All right, Lopez is going to pitch. Whoever just subscribed, thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's lost again. You're a popular guy, JJ says. Senior Skook. I'm just trying to create a community where we can all bond. And I'm trying to do play-by-play as well. Keep up the streams and that should go up exponentially. It is. It's crazy. Pitch is in there for a strike. And again, I want us all to succeed. Pitch to Turner. Line drive. Base hit out to center field. Trey Turner with another 3-hit ball game. The hard way is the real way, my friend. Yeah. You gotta embrace it, right? Like the ups, the downs, and there's a lot more that we're gonna do. And I actually forgot to ask you guys a question earlier, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Cheating the system is the American way. Here comes Bryce Harper. Let's go. Let's focus. The first pitch to Bryce. Swing and a miss. Kind of knuckle curve, and he was early. So Trey gets on. Bryce is up to bat. Can Harper come through? We'll call for time. Actually, Lopez threw it back over to first. Disengagement. Jorge Lopez, 32 years old, has a 7.3 ERA. 0-1 pitch to Harper. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. Woods there, makes the grab, and one away. Tell you, Trey, offensively speaking, is trending in the right direction, it seems like. Not telling you he's back. It's starting to get a little bit better, though. Take that for what it is. Offensively. I'm not talking about his defense. I'm not talking about the full package either. Schwarber's up at the plate. One swing ties this baby up. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. Kyle 0 for 3 tonight. And he takes wide for ball one. Let's go. Charge! Lopez comes set at the belt, and the 1-0. And that, according to Brock Ballou, was down. Two balls, no strikes. Lopez gets set at the belt. The 2-0 pitch is outside for ball three. Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. He had an RBI infield single his last time up. Time called, and a visit on the mound from Ruiz to discuss what they're going to do to Lopez. Or to have Lopez discuss what they're going to do to Schwarber. If I'm Schwarber, I'm taking the red. I'm saying red light here. I give him the stop sign. Three-0 pitch. Foul ball. Pitch was on the outside corner. Finnegan warming up in the bullpen. 3-1 pitch. High for ball four. The go-ahead run is coming up to the plate. Trey's over at second. Harper's over at first. All right, here we go. Rally time for the Phils. Castellanos is up. Surprised they're leaving Schwarber in. First pitch to Casti, and he just fouls it off. We got Grace here. What's up, Grace? And another timeout called. trying to get on the same page. Kyle Schwarber just has increased his on-base streak now to 37 games in a row. 0-1 is the count. Lopez checks back at second. Now back to the plate. 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to third base. The throw to second. There's one. The throw to first. In time for a double play. And the inning is over. That is how you kill a rally. And we're going to the top of the ninth. 4-2 Nationals. 5-4-3. Unreal. Going to the ninth. That was bad. That was bad. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Stop by the TikTok. Oh, you did? Nice. Sorry, I can't pull it up because maybe I could actually pull it up on the phone. Let's see. Doesn't show that I'm live. Keep current selection. No.
Hello. Thought while we have
No. No. Where does it show that I'm live? There it is. If you're over on the live, appreciate you for coming on here. I do. All right. Did we get to 200 likes, folks? Did we get to 200 likes? TikTok is easy for me to visit, says Grace. Nice. We are live on TikTok. No, on TikTok. I wanted to know if there are other people that were on there that were commenting. Grace, we miss you. We miss you. Keep coming on for these Phillies games. We love it when you're on. I can't stand Casty. Well, then you probably couldn't stand Rhys Hoskins either, because both of those guys are streaky. Carlos Hernandez is going to pitch. I don't know why. We're in the top of the ninth. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop. Turner has it. Throws it over to first. It's in time for out number one. I don't know why. Got 151 on the live. Nice. 151 hearts. You're the best. 223 people tuning on in over here. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's go. We're at 152. 48 more. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, love. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Here's C.J. Abrams in the first pitch. It's a foul ball. Miss you guys too. Miss Larry's sarcastic remarks. Well, he's been pulling a lot of them. It's therapeutic. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's always great. I love the different personalities, man. It's cool. It's awesome. The ball is one strike in the pitch. Swing and a miss. John also does it too. You know, it's nice. 0-2. And that's in the dirt for a ball. Oh, now we get free tunes, says Grace. One ball, two strikes. Hernandez gets set at the letters. Or right at the belt, I should say. And the 1-2 to Abrams. It's a chopper. Hit over towards the right side. Stott has it. Throws it over to first. It's in time for out number two. There's Statler. What's up? Statler and Waldorf. There they are. 2 outs, top of the ninth. By the way, if you guys want to call on into the show, or if you guys have or if you guys want to voice your opinions, okay, 610-314-0844. That is the phone number. That is the phone number, folks. You guys can call on into the show, or you can leave a voicemail message and be like, hey, JJ, this is what's bothering me about this Phillies team. This, and this. JJ, I can't stand this team right now. JJ, I think it's still early. You know, give me your thoughts. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 2. I think Finnegan's getting warmed up in the bullpen to pitch the bottom of the 9th. 0-2 pitch. And there's a bouncer. Hit over towards the middle. And Trey Turner eats it up. It was a slow roller. It actually bounced off at the back of the hill. And James Wood gets on with an infield single. Guess Marchand didn't have it after all, says our seeker. It's a very weird bounce. Really weird bounce. Nathaniel Lowe's coming up. We've been doing postgame shows after every game, folks. And we'll do that during the Sixers season as well, and during the Eagles season. It'll be kind of cool. The pitch, it's a foul ball. I miss Larry. I miss Larry also, but my aim is improving. Pitch to Lowe. That came at 100 miles per hour, and it's a foul ball. Chad is going off tonight. Come on for the postgame show and stay on for it, man. We have a lot to talk about. 0-2 pitch. Tying inside for a ball. In line at the bank. You're at Citizens Bank Park? About to put on my plumbing hat and suspenders. Oh, wait, not that bank. 1-2 pitch. And it's a it's a pop-up hit out over to third base. Lowe lost his bat as he swung. That's something that Trey Turner would do. Bohm gets under it, makes the catch, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Phillies. All right. Kepler, Bohm, and Rojas are all due up in the batting order. Vigilant Tracker says, hey, JJ, I got to run. Something Castellanos knows nothing about. I'll see you later, Vigilant Tracker. Hopefully you have yourself a great night. For the rest of you, don't go anywhere. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. How about that for a closeout? I had Vigilant Tracker in my closeout there. Shout out to Vigilant Tracker. Yay. All right, folks. It is time. It is time for the final round of likes. Let's go. Let's get to 200. Let's get to 200 likes. We're 44 likes away from getting the 200. If you believe in the Phillies, hit the like button. If you don't believe in the Phillies, hit the like button. If you like baseball, hit the like button. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that elbow crack felt good. Jack Dwight, what's up? Phillies have too many guys who are slow. Afoot. I'm not hitting the air horn for the comment, but I do for saying that the Phillies are slow, because that's not a good thing. I appreciate the $2 super chat. I do appreciate that. But yeah, you're right. I'm gonna talk more about this during the postgame show. Again, come talk to me. 610-314-0844. You'll hear the whole spiel of what JJ has to say. You'll hear the whole spiel. Okay? And yeah, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna show you my poker face about how I'm feeling. You'll just have to wait and see. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Here comes Max Kepler, and the first pitch is high for a ball. Kyle Finnegan is pitching. He did blow a save. It's the last time that he pitched against the Phillies. That was his second blown save. One ball, no strikes. To Max Kepler. The pitch to Max. He pops it up. It's hit out over towards shallow center field. Young gets under it, makes the catch, and there's out number one. And that'll bring up Alec Bohm to the plate. Wonder if you put in JT the pinch hit for Marchand. If you get to him, I'm saying. One out. Bottom of the ninth. Bohm is in the box, and the pitch. That was a 90-mile-per-hour pitch at the knees, but it's called a ball. And Brock Ballou does it again. It's clearly a strike. I mean, that's like by definition a strike. One oh pitch. That's even further down for ball two. Yes, you did, Jack. Thanks again for the $2 super chat. 2-0 pitch. That reaches the outside corner for a called strike. Bohm did lead the MLB in double plays last year, and he's leading it again. He is. 2-1 pitch, and Bohm gets on top of this one, grounds it over to shortstop. Abrams has it, and the Phillies are down to their final outs. And it's all up to Johan Rojas. Come on for the postgame show after this. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. You can also join Discord. The pitch to Rojas, ground ball, base hit down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That's going all the way over towards the corner. Rojas rounding second. The helmet comes flying off. He's going over to third, and he is safe over at third base as the throw was not in time. Wow. He did. He tested the arm. Was able to get on over to third base. I don't know is Washington going to challenge this? I don't think so. That was a chopper that actually got on by Tenna. Tenna could not make the play there. But Rojas, to his credit, was hustling on over to third. Was able to get his hand just on in there. In real time, let's see. Did he actually get his hand in there? He did. He did. He did. The manager is challenging this, though. And we'll see what the call is. I think he's safe. Surprised it's taken this long, honestly. I'm kind of surprised it's taken this long. Let's see. He's in there. Unless they think that his hands were when they came off the bag. Oh, that's what they're looking at, I think. After the tag, after his hands got on in there, did he take his hand off the bag for a second? Did it pop off? Here's the call. So he's confirmed that it's safe, that Rojas is safe. Whew, his hand almost came off. That's what they were looking at. Did his hand come off? And it did not. After he got over to third. And here comes Rafael Marchand. Rojas at third. Finnegan comes set. And the pitch to Marchand. Line drive. Hit out towards center field. It's caught, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies lose by a final score of 4-2. And they still win the series against the Nationals. But Washington does end the Phillies' 4-game winning streak. And the Phillies will play another series at home tomorrow night against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, got interesting in that 9th inning for sure, but the final score of today's game, 4-2 Washington. A lot to talk about. And we're going to break it all down. Okay? We will break it all down. If you guys are not going to stay on for the postgame show, I understand. I do like to get everybody involved in the postgame show, so if you guys want to come on, if you guys want to give me your thoughts, either come join the Discord and come talk to us live. The Discord server is right over here. I'm going to post it right now in chat. Once the keyboard is up, there it is. Here's Discord. And if you want to leave a voicemail, this is the phone number, 610-314-0844. All right? Yeah, I'm going to break it all down. And I want to hear your thoughts for sure. All right? I will see you in just a little bit. Not happy about the loss, but you'll hear a full breakdown from me and how I really do feel about this. This was a bummer, but again, we'll talk about it. All right, I'm done babbling, and I will see you all in just a little bit.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
All right. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, turn on the notification bell icons. Welcome on into the Phillies postgame show. Phillies do lose by a final score of 4-2 today to the Washington Nationals. Half glass full, half glass empty. Okay. Positive. Phillies took the series. Negative. They lost the game today. And are now 17-15 on the season, or sorry, 17-14 on the season. There were things that I did not like today, and I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to give you my personal thoughts about it. But before I do that, my question that I want to ask you guys is this. This Phillies defense, there is no doubt about it. It has been really atrocious. It's been so bad. Is it time for the Phillies to fire their infield coach, Bobby Dickerson? Is it time for them to fire their infield coach, Bobby Dickerson? Because, or is this just all on the players? I know it sounds like a stupid question. It probably does. But I keep seeing the same mistakes. Is this on the players, or is part of this on coaching too? Please let me know. I just wanted to engage in the conversation. Yeah. All right. So here are my takeaways. All right. Taijuan Walker, I thought pitched really good for you today. I thought Taijuan Walker did what he was asked to do. We'll get into that sixth inning, but overall, he gave you what a fifth starter should give you. He was an innings eater today. He was an innings eater, and he put you in a position to win. And I loved what he was able to do. That one at bat that he had to James Wood to get him to strike out on a nasty splitter. That was pretty cool. I thought that not only was the splitter cruising, but the cutter looked good, and everything else that he was able to throw was nice. But let's go back to that sixth inning. Okay, he gives up the double to C.J. Abrams. Abrams gets on with the double. And after that, it was what? Wood hit a line drive off of him. Seemed to be okay. He stayed in the game afterwards. That thing just hit him right near right in the upper leg. And at first I got a little bit scared there, but Wood gets on with the base hit. Then Nathaniel Lowe gets an RBI single, right? Gets on with an RBI single. Looking at the hit again, and it was just hit really sharply. Rob has to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen after Abrams gets on with the double. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm going to keep saying that Rob Thompson needs to do that. As soon as there's a double in the sixth inning, that's when you got to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen. You need to have some action there. This defense stinks. Bryce Harper cannot let a ball go underneath his glove like he did on the play from Keibert Ruiz. Inexcusable that another veteran is just able to do that. Marshawn made rookie mistakes today in that sixth inning. He did. A pass ball, a bad throw to Trey Turner, in center field after Orion Kirkering comes on in. That was a bad throw. And Turner should have been able to scoop it, in my opinion. We can agree or disagree on that. It was a very bad throw, though. Nonetheless, the mistakes that unfolded were bad. And then we had chances offensively. Turner gets on with a single in the bottom of the 6th. Harper gets on base too. Okay? Gets on with a single as well. This inning here was critical because you needed more than just one run. Casty gets the infield RBI single. And what ends up happening next? This is when Jose Ferrer comes on into the game. Casty gets the RBI infield single, and Max Kepler strikes out looking at a changeup that's on the outside corner, and Alec Bohm strikes out swinging. Bohm today, bad. 6-4-3 double play in the bottom of the 2nd. And then the ground out in the 9th was not good either. And the strikeouts. In the 8th inning, you had another opportunity. Trey Turner, again, single. Harper, we need you. Harper, where are you? Fly ball to left field, flies out to left. Schwarber, walk. So it's 2 outs and 2 runners on. And what does Nick Castellanos do? Swallows the life out of the Phillies and grounds into a 5-4-3 double play. This situational hitting continues to be a problem when you're watching them every day. And against a team like the Nationals, there's no excuse. This is one of the worst bullpens in baseball, and you should have been able to beat them. This is why I'm not happy that they lost this game. Because when you're playing against the Mets, when you are in a division fight, okay, let's just say that we have 92 wins, or even for the wild card, for whatever it is. We have 93 wins on the season, or whatever it is, and we just missed the playoffs. We're going to go back to this game here being one of them. I mean, I'm sure that there's others. And we're going to say to ourselves, we should have won that game. Now, there's some games where I think that the Phillies should have lost, like the first game of this series. But even still, the numbers of the wins add up. Every win does count, especially when you're battling for a playoff spot. And this is why it's even more annoying that we didn't get the win today, because we're not playing good against teams like the Braves and the Mets. Okay? There you have it. This Nats bullpen today went 4 innings, had 3 strikeouts, just 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, and we let them get away with murder. Ferrer's ERA 6.48. Javier Lopez or Jorge Lopez 6.75. You let those guys get away with murder. And what do I mean by that? You let them off the hook. You got yourself out. You basically, scapegoated them, even though they were guilty. That's what's annoying about this game. I'm not going to sit here and cry. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to rage. But your manager gave you a bad performance by not going to the bullpen earlier. And your defense sucked in that 6th inning. And your hitting wasn't clutch enough. 9 hits, 2 runs. Unacceptable and inexcusable. I feel like when I'm talking about this team, it's like the same thing every night. The defense stinks. The bullpen, even though the bullpen, I thought did its job tonight, and I was actually going to give them their praise for what it was, the bullpen was fine. The bullpen was good. But usually the bullpen is not so good. And the bats, again, 2 runs, 9 hits, And to just leave all these guys on base, and to have Kepler and to have Bohm strike out the way that they did in the 8th inning, or in the 7th inning, that was bad. You can't do that there. Can't do that there. Or was it the 6th? It may have been the 6th. But even still, not good. Not good enough. You weren't getting base runners either in the first 5 innings. We can also talk about that too. I don't know. Stott didn't have a good day today. I'm not going to get on him too much because he's been playing better. Whether that's right or wrong. I'm looking at Bryce Harper. I'm looking at Nick Castellanos. I'm looking at Trey Turner. I'm looking at the manager. And I'm looking also at Rafael Marchand for his defense. Not good. Not good enough. Not good enough. And it sucks because, again, I'm usually high. I'm usually feeling good about this team. And I should be feeling good about them, but I just don't because they're not giving you good baseball. This is ugly baseball that they're playing. It's not good. It's May 1st. Okay? One game at a time, I get it, but I feel like if I don't talk about it, I'm not giving the proper assessment of where this baseball team is. Is that fair? If I just talk about the good, I'm not acknowledging the bad. And vice versa. If I'm just talking about the bad, I'm not acknowledging the great moments too. And I embrace like a 162 season. Of course I do. I love watching this team. I'm addicted to watching really good Phillies baseball. But got to call them out when things aren't going so well. Again, Walker wasn't bad. Walker started to get tired in that 6th inning. Started leaving pitches out over the middle of the plate. That's on him. But then Rob has to recognize, guess what? I gotta get somebody warmed up in the bullpen after he gives up the first hard hit. He had a one-hitter. Going on into that 6th inning. And then the double comes. It's only a 1-0 game. Start off the top of the 6th. And that's when you got to get action in the bullpen. Even though the bullpen has been bad. Trey Turner, 10 for 16 at the plate over his last 4 games. Again, doesn't tell you the full story about Trey. Is he hitting better? Yes. Is he raking the baseball? No. Is his defense up to par? Heck no. How's your franchise leader doing? Not good enough. The numbers will even tell you that he's batting .235. Eye test will tell you that he's chasing after curveballs, chasing after off-speed pitches that are in the dirt when he should be more patient. And also the power is not there. He's not playing like a superstar. He's not. Can't sugarcoat that. JJ, the Phillies won the series. Why are you down? Why are you taking it this way? Come on and talk to me. Let me know how you feel. If you feel optimistic about this team, talk to me. If you don't feel good about this team, again, you can voice your opinion. 610-314-0844. That's the phone number. And also the Discord server is right on over here. Okay? I will be taking phone calls, and I'll be taking Discord calls too. And if you guys don't feel comfortable calling on into the show, text messages are fine too. Text messages are totally fine, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, on the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not worried, 10 being absolutely worried about this ball club. How worried are you about this Phillies team right now? Okay? Let me know in the comments down below if you're tuning in after the game and you missed the live stream, or if you're on the live chat. Comment as we go along here and as I read comments. Again, 610-314-0844 is the phone number. I'm ready to put Edmundo Sosa in as an everyday player. Can't understand why we're not doing that. We're afraid for some reason. Bohm, I don't want him playing every day. Know that he had an RBI single. Just not good enough. Not good enough. He produced an RBI. Great. But this is a collective group effort. This team did not do well enough. Schwarber today, not good enough either. He was bad in certain spots. So, that's where I am with this ball club. All right, come on. Come talk to me. This team is just ho-hum, says Senior Skook. It's like we either blow out a team, or we get into a last-inning fight, or we just lose by 1 winning record. But their play, yikes. They're bipolar. They are. They are a very weird team. They're not likable. They're not likable. When you're watching them, or even when you're listening to these casts, you can't really relate to a lot of people right now. The only person that I can relate to is Jose Alvarado. And Zach Wheeler's been great. And Aaronola has been Aaronola. Christopher Sanchez has been pretty good. He's been really solid, actually. And Jesus Luzardo, I love it when he gets fired up. Maybe that's the other guy, I would say. But they're not fun. They don't have swagger. And I'm not telling you that they need to, like, showboat. That they need to, just show off cockiness. I'm not saying that at all. But they're just not, they're not smiling. And again, they're going through a very cold stretch, I understand. But there's just no, happiness with this team right now. That's weird. It's kind of weird. I hope that makes sense. Kevin says 10. David says 4. Let's see. Where is it? Fire the hitting coach. All right, here we go. I missed this. Fire the hitting coach. Why would I bet on the Phillies? Here it is. No offense. Defense didn't play. Walker gave up only 1 earned run. It's a good way to sum up the game. Kevin says fire the hitting coach. Ray says fire the hitting coach. Ray says I think it's both. You might have to look into Bobby Dickerson too. Again, I'm going to raise that question. Are we looking at Bobby Dickerson now and saying, guess what, this fielding coach is not so good? Our seeker says it's on the players. It's on the players. They aren't hungry. They've been together too long. And this is why I wonder what it's like being in a clubhouse, and I would love to get a player's perspective on this. But when you're around a group of guys for so long, do you get tired? Do you sometimes get tired of that? Because I would think that you shouldn't. You love each other, and I don't know. I feel like you would want to go to war for each other. Coaching staff allows them to be complacent. The front office allows them to be complacent too. Let's call it what it is. This front office thinks that everything is fine. And until they start losing, things won't be changed. There's not going to be any sort of big changes unless they lose games. That's why I was bummed and I was mad about the win that they had in the first game of the series. Part of me wanted them to kind of lose that game, not going to lie. I root for this team and I want them to be successful. And I am happy that they won, but it was bittersweet. It was not. It was very bitter. It was more bitter than it was sweet. If that makes sense. Why didn't you pinch hit from Marshawn? Because you know why? The reason why they didn't pinch hit from Marshawn, and I'm not saying that they would have won this game if they do that, but it's because of stubbornness. Rob is set in his own ways. That's the answer. We played against the Cubs, I think it was the other. I think it was in the Cubs series that Craig Counsell pinched hit his catcher, Amaya, and had somebody else come on in the pinch hit for him in the 9th inning. When they needed somebody else, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. It's unacceptable. You let the Nats beat you at home, says Jose. Let's look at some stats. And again, calling into the show. If you guys want to voice your opinion, if you guys have things that you guys want to get off your mind, by all means, 610-314-0844 is the phone number. I know it's just a stat, but the fact that Brad Lord got the win today, it just irks me. That's his first win of the season. He went 1-3 today. We, again, let him off the hook. We did not do well with situational hitting, and the numbers back that up. But also, eye test tells you that they were not successful today with hitting the ball with runners on base, and it's just awful. I'm watching them go 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Nationals went 2 for 8. The difference, the errors. That 6th inning was all their runs, and it was just based off the errors. Nick Castellanos, I also thought, could have hustled after Bryce made that error at first base. Thought that could have been the case, too. I'm not happy with him either. 2 for 4 today, RBI. Pat your stats. That's fine. Let's see winning baseball. How about that? And I'm not saying that Nick Castellanos is like that, because I think Castellanos is actually one of the tougher guys that we have. Take that for what it is. Boma's been bad. Just gives us glimpses of being good, and then he shows his true self, says Senior Cook. And yeah, you're right. It's like having Harden and Embiid on the same team. It's youth, leadership, and attitude. I think it's just immaturity. I think it's immaturity, and it's being self-absorbed in your own ways and not having other people hold you accountable. I was listening to an interview with Larry Anderson the other day when he was on the afternoon show with Spike, Ike, and Fritz. And I could tell that Larry wanted to curse and or not curse, but he wanted to go off a little bit more. But anyhow, excuse me, as I kick my headphones here. I don't know. Thought that was bad. I don't like it. I don't like how you just, again, like you can't relate to these guys. Like, they're not really showing emotion. They're not. I mean, Bohm pouts, but it's a different pout. It's like a kid pouting. It's different. There's nothing to like except Alvarado, like I said. And Zach Wheeler firing up his fist, or pumping up his fist. This is going to get swept under the carpet. But Rojas shouldn't have ran over to third. I know that he was called safe, and he was safe. First of all, why go over to third? Get yourself in scoring position. That's fine. It's an easy double. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Do not make it harder than it has to be unless you are absolutely 1,000% confident. And it wasn't worth the risk there. Wasn't worth it. Second of all, when you dive into third base and the fielder taps you, okay? He had two hands straight going on into the bag. Both of them almost came off. No matter what happens, you have got to keep your hands on at all times, even after the umpire calls you safe, because guess what? The player is still applying the tag. It's just it's a fundamental thing. It's a fundamental thing. Now, he did keep his hand on, but it really did look like for a split second that it came off when the tag was applied, and luckily the play was over. And they ended up not calling it. Still got to be better. What else do we have? What else do we have? A different team for the 2022 World Series days. They're tired. They're not excited, says our seeker. That is, yeah. Look, I'm not with them. I don't go to batting practice. I don't talk to them in the locker room. Okay? And I would love to get access to doing that. That'd be really cool. But I'm just not able to do it. But from what I see, and from what you guys see, I mean, just body language is telling me that they're just doing their own thing, and it's not a collective group effort. Last night was probably their best win. My question was, can they do that consistently? On a night-to-night basis, could they get you complete wins? Not just once in a blue moon, but pull together a string of just complete wins where there's good hitting, good things from the bullpen, and good things from the starting rotation. So far, it's no. There's no fire, says Senior Skook. They should be disappointed after a loss like this. And we wanted the series. On to the next one. After they walked it off, they shouldn't have been happy about that. I said that too. It's bad. It's not good. It's not good. And again, if you guys want to come on into the show, if you guys want to call in 610-314-0844, let's I'll get back to the text messages in a second. We're gonna read some quotes. Thompson said that he's gonna talk to Rojas about his risky base running decision in the 9th inning. He also said the other day that he was going to talk to Orion Kirkring about the pitching that he displayed, the home run that he allowed to Nathaniel Lowe. And he did that. And actually, to his credit, I thought that Orion did a better job tonight. And it looked like he was actually not just, I mean, he only came in for one batter, but ended up getting the strikeout there and looked like an actual pitcher for just that one batter. Take that for what it is. Might just be a grain of salt. Phillies are 56-52 in their last 108 games that they've played in. Take that for what it is. It's impossible not to be impressed. This is actually a really interesting report from Ty Daubert. Listen to this. It's not a report. It's just an analysis, but still. It's impossible not to be impressed by Johan Rojas at the plate right now, but the defense has been underwhelming, and stretching that hit into a triple was an unnecessary risk. A bit of perplexing season for the center fielder so far. And I think that this actually raises more questions, not just about Johan Rojas, but there has to, again, when I'm watching the coaching staff out there, I feel like the coaching staff is not addressing these issues. They're not. Walker, I didn't even talk about this, but Walker had a chance to get out C.J. Abrams. Pretty sure it was C.J. Abrams. I could be wrong. And got the base runner in a rundown. Ended up not doing so. And guess what? That was a mental error. Threw the pitch instead. It went a little bit too early, the base runner. Phillies didn't capitalize on that. Harper makes the mental mistake. Rojas makes a mental mistake the other night in the outfield. 2 mental mistakes in the same game, in the first game. Trey Turner has had 4 or 5 mistakes in each of his last 3 games defensively. How much longer are we just going to blame the players and not look into the coaching staff too? Some of you guys have been. But when I talk about Bobby Dickerson and I talk about this coaching and I look at the third base coach and the first base coach, the more and more questions I have about just working on fundamentals. That's the truth. Does Ohtani ever have extended slumps? He enjoys being the GOAT and likes to perform. Ohtani has had slumps, but he bounces out of them. He could have a very bad 2 to 3 weeks, and then he just starts tearing the cover off the baseball. You know? This team, it's just, again, it's so bizarre because, excuse me, by the way, when one person is cold, it's like they all have the flu. It's so contagious. Everybody gets sick. But when everyone's hitting, or when one person's hitting, everybody starts to hit. You know? A real challenge coming up this weekend with the D-backs. I agree. I do. I do. This is another test for the Phillies. They needed to go 5-1 on this homestand. They failed the road trip. And I needed them to go 5-1. Phillies need extra defensive practice, says Search. I agree. And I think that's it. That's it. All right. I'm done. Thank you all so much for sticking around with me. If you guys want to come on in the future and give me your thoughts about the Phillies, you're more than welcome to do so. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. All right. I'm going to sign off. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.